what if I told you that the very thing you think is making you good with money is actually keeping you broke? I'm talking about being cheap. And yeah, it's totally different from being financially smart. In fact, for a lot of people, it's a trap. And you know what the crazy part is? Most of us who fall into this trap, we think we're being responsible. We think we're doing the right thing. So let's just cut to the chase and ask the real question here. Is your obsession with saving every single penny actually costing you a fortune in the long run? All right, so here's the game plan. First, we're going to look at the real price of being cheap. Then we'll get into the whole price versus value mindset. We'll uncover those sneaky long-term costs and figure out why we even fall for this stuff in the first place. After that, it's all about the solution, shifting to smart spending and, my favorite part, learning how to multiply, not just save. Sound good? Let's dive in. Okay, first things first. We've got to unpack this huge misunderstanding. Getting this right is like the foundation for everything else we're going to talk about. You know, it all boils down to one simple thing, the question you're asking yourself. See, the cheap mindset is all about the now. It asks, what's the absolute lowest I can pay? It's playing defense. It's short-sighted. But a smart mindset, that's totally different. It looks ahead and asks, what gives me the best return? And that one little word, return, that's the game changer. That's what flips your entire financial future. So let's be super clear about what we mean by value. Price, that's just the sticker price. It's the number you pay right now. But value? Oh, value is the whole story. It's what you truly get back over the long haul. We're talking about stuff like durability in the things you buy, new skills that boost your career, better health that gives you more energy, even assets that are quietly growing in the background. It's the total payoff, not just that initial ouch to your wallet. Okay, and this right here, this is where that cheap mindset completely falls apart. You know those little decisions that feel so good in the moment, like, yes, I saved 50 bucks. Well, those are the very things that can turn into massive losses later on. Let's use a super simple example. Shoes. You see two pairs. One is 30 bucks, the other is 120. The cheap thinker inside you screams, save the $90. So you buy the cheap pair. But guess what? They're destroyed in 3 months. So over a year, you've bought 4 pairs. That's 120 bucks. Meanwhile, that expensive $120 pair, it's built to last, let's say, 2 years. That means your cost is only $60 a year. Isn't that wild? The cheap option was literally twice as expensive in the end. And it's not just about physical stuff. Here's another hidden cost, and it's a big one. It's thinking you're being safe by just letting your money sit in a savings account because you're too scared to invest it. Sure, you look at your bank statement and the number hasn't gone down. But here's the secret enemy, inflation. It's like a silent thief just eating away at what your money can actually buy every single day. It's not a potential loss. It is a guaranteed loss every single year. And this might be the biggest, most painful cost of all, opportunity cost. It's what you don't do. You see a $50 online course that could teach you a new skill, but you think, nah, I'll save the money. But hold on. What if that skill could have landed you a promotion or a whole new job that pays thousands more a year? You didn't save 50 bucks. You actively chose to walk away from thousands in future income. It's like standing on the sidelines of a game because you're afraid to get tackled. You can't score if you don't play. So you gotta wonder, right? If this cheap thinking is so bad for us, why do so many of us do it? Well, the answer isn't about numbers or spreadsheets. It's about something much more basic, something deeply human. It all boils down to one single powerful emotion: fear. That's it. Fear is the engine behind this whole thing. It pushes us toward whatever feels safe, whatever feels like we're in control. And we're talking about a few specific fears, right? There's the fear of losing money. What if I invest and the market drops? There's the fear of making the wrong choice. What if I buy this and regret it tomorrow? And then there's just that big, vague fear of the unknown future. When all that anxiety hits, our brain just goes into lockdown. It defaults to the easiest, simplest command it can think of: just spend as little as you can. But here's the crazy irony. In your quest to avoid all risk, you end up taking on the biggest risk there is, the risk of going absolutely nowhere. You are guaranteeing that you stay stuck. You're guaranteeing that nothing gets better, that your income stays flat, and that you're in the exact same spot a year from now. Okay, enough about the problem. I think we get it. Let's talk about the fix. It's time to build a brand new framework, a totally new way to think about your money and what you do with it. And look, it's actually pretty simple. It's a 3-step mental shift. First, you just stop focusing on cost.
And start focusing on return. Easy enough. Second, before you spend, you ask a brand new question. Will this help me grow? And hey, growth isn't just about your bank account. It's about moving your life forward in any way that matters to you.
Now hold on. This isn't a free pass to just go on a spending spree. Not at all. This is about being strategic. It means you go all in on things that actually multiply your value. We're talking new skills, better tools for your job, assets that grow, and of course your health. And at the exact same time, you become absolutely ruthless with the other stuff. The mindless subscriptions, the purchases that add zero real value to your life, you cut those without mercy. It's all about that balance. And all of this, it leads us to the final, and honestly, the most powerful shift in thinking you can possibly make. This one idea is the real dividing line between people who just scrape by and people who actually build lasting wealth. Ready? Here it is. Your goal is not to save every dollar. Your goal is to multiply your dollars. Think about it. Saving is playing defense. It's important, for sure. It stops you from losing the game, but nobody ever won a championship by only playing defense. Multiplication, that's your offense. That's how you score points. It's putting your money out on the field to work for you, so it can grow and bring back friends. And really, that's the bottom line. Wealthy people don't get there by pinching every last penny. No way. They win by being smart investors of everything: their money, their time, their energy. They put those resources into things that create even more value. Simply put, they win by making their money work way harder than they ever could. So, I want to leave you with a challenge. Just for a moment, forget about cutting costs. Forget about saving. I want you to ask yourself this. What is one single investment you can make in yourself this week, not to save, but to grow? Whether it's a book, a course, a better piece of equipment, what's that one thing? Because answering that question, that's your first real step on the path to thinking like a multiplier.